Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at all the neat retro stuff that I've found and somehow accumulated over the past, what, year now? I actually don't know how long it's been. Oh god, I really hope I have room for all these. Oh boy. Alright, so before we fully begin looking at all these and seeing all the stuff that I accumulated, like I said, I do want to mention real quick that I know that in the previous Retro Thrifts Find Hunting video, I don't remember what I called it, it's been I think a year now, I actually don't know. I kind of mentioned that I wasn't going to be out there like at Goodwills every week, garage sales every week, what have you, actively hunting and pursuing retro games, because lately things have been drying up a little bit in my area in terms of Goodwills and garage sales and estate sales. When I talk up or bring up video games, it's usually all more modern stuff, PS5, Xbox Series X, or it's oh well, we didn't think nobody wanted that, so we threw it out months, years ago kind of thing. So I've kind of not been too particular about going to especially Goodwill, because I have not really found much at Goodwill anymore. The past 4 or 5 trips I've taken just on a whim since I've been over there. It might be I see a VHS tape that I might buy just because I don't, I kind of like having VHS tapes of certain movies for nostalgia reasons, but I rarely come across video games there anymore. I rarely come across much more than DVDs and clothes. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is from some specific retro trips me and my brother-in-law took, which I don't really have any footage of. The next time me and him go, I am going to get footage of, and I will have a kind of a longer-ish, ideally uncut video, but we'll have to see, of because these places are super cool and super neat. So that being said, let's see all the neat stuff that I now have to find room for. And also, another thing, most of these were not purchased from a store. A lot of them was my brother-in-law is trying to go through his game collection and get rid of his greatest hits, platinum hits, and player's choices and have all black or green label. He doesn't want he just wants it to look all uniform, which I really don't care, which is why I'm more than happy to take his duplicates. So let's just get started. And yeah, I would do this like I did with the Xbox 360 library, where I show it off and then have a top-down view, but that video was a lot of work, and I I don't want to do that again for a while. Since there's a lot of games here, I don't want this to be I don't want this to be an hour-long video, so I'm gonna kind of go quick through these, and then I'll talk about it in more detail when I do that library video. So the first one is Pilot Wings for the Super Nintendo. This is actually a game have been looking for. This is one of the original launch titles for the Super Nintendo. In fact, I actually have the Super Famicom version on a shelf behind me. That's an import game. I like the idea of having import games, even though I probably won't ever play them. They're kind of neat. But yeah, one of the original launch titles for the Super Nintendo. I have not played this yet. I remember I've seen some people play it on YouTube. I have not played it myself, so this is definitely going to be something I need to play, because I love the idea of having some launch titles for each of the consoles I have. And this is actually what I was looking for, because it's one of my favorite consoles, so why not? I do see some cleaning I need to do it, but that'd be a future thing. Stunt Race FX. Yeah, this is a kind of a weird oddball game, because this is kind of the, not brother or sister, maybe a cousin game to Star Fox, because this uses the Super FX chip to help run some of the more intricate polygonal 3D, pseudo 3D effects things that the Super Nintendo was capable of with the Super FX chip. Something that the Genesis just wasn't able to do realistically without extra hardware. And no, I'm not going to start the argument of Super Nintendo versus Genesis yet. That's a future video topic. So yeah, I finally found 2 Super Nintendo games out in the wild. And these were 2 separate trips to that really big retro store that I mentioned. We have Venture for the ColecoVision. Yeah, another ColecoVision game. Again, mine doesn't work, but I do have one, so it does. So me buying games for it is not that big of a pain in the deal, or pain in the butt, because it's actually I need to do the video that I have scripted for video game collecting and tips and stuff. I just haven't gotten around to it. Another ColecoVision title. I did pop this in, and it does work. The sound doesn't work on my ColecoVision, but that's fine. The video still does. Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision. Yeah, that's kind of a. I was kind of surprised to come across that, actually. I knew that Donkey Kong was on ColecoVision, but it's one of those weird things where it's kind of odd seeing another company's character on another console, even though technically Nintendo didn't have a console in 1981. Star Wars Jedi Arena and Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back on Atari. Yeah, I don't even remember where I picked these up at. I think it was at one of the retro game stores. There's one around near me that does sell some Atari stuff, but it's very hit or miss whether or not they get anything like neat. Usually it's like 40 copies of Combat for like 50 cents each. Adventures of Tron. Yeah, kind of a neat cartridge design too. Kind of like a wedge. Almost like a spaceship in itself. Amidar. With a really cool artwork. But yeah, I have no idea what this is. It's from Parker Brothers. They all have that same design cartridge too. No, by the way, I have not tested the Atari stuff yet because none of that 8-bit stuff's hooked up currently. Superman for the Atari. I remember AVGN raging at this game, so I can't wait to try it. Squeeze Box. Never heard of it. Used with left joystick controller. Yeah, I don't know. Is this supposed to be like a Breakout clone or something? Because I noticed that all the bricks are kind of colored like Breakout. Riddle of the Sphinx. And I am going to give this the award for the coolest looking artwork on a frickin' Atari cartridge. That's by iMagic, which has another unique cartridge design. Yeah, this makes collecting Atari cartridges pain in the butt because there's like 40 companies and they were all vastly different. In fact, I think that's, yeah, for Atari and a series, for Sears. I saw these grippy handles on the side and I was like, is that for a different cartridge? We have F-22 Interceptor for the Sega Genesis. Yes, in a case. This was a whopping, I think, $5. And it is one of the weird Electronic Arts bigger ones. Can somebody correct me on this? Wasn't this, I could swear I played this before. Was this on Super Nintendo or PC or something back in the day? Because I could swear I played a game like this before. Maybe I'm thinking of like F-16 or something, F-15. Minecraft for the Switch. No, I don't have a Switch, and the game's not in it. This is actually breaking a huge rule of mine, actually, is don't collect empty cases and don't collect games you don't have a console for. I do plan on getting a Switch at some point in the future, just not a new one, because I don't approve of what Nintendo's doing with the emulation scene right now. And Minecraft is going to be one of the first games I get for it because that way it's something my kid can play on the Switch. Yeah, my brother-in-law gave me this because something was wrong with his case or something in his game. So he bought a second copy and turns out he didn't need the case, so he gave me the case. Like I said, that's kind of the story with a lot of these games. Halo 5 Guardians. Yeah, so I posted a picture, I think on, was it Threads or Instagram, where I had all the Halo games. Or I forgot that Guardians was a thing. So, yeah, now I have all the Halo games. But what sucks, it's only one player. Why would you do that, 343? Why would you make a Halo game that's single player only for local player? God, that just like defeats the purpose of a Halo game. Sonic Mania for the PS4. I saw this and I actually had to get it because it's Sonic. Plus I'm trying to collect more stuff for the PS4. That way we have more variety of games for the PS4. Because I do have a PS4 now. It's upstairs next to the Xbox One. Because my wife loves playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a really fun game. But yeah, this is kind of a weird one because it's inspired by the old 2D style on the Genesis, but it's a new modern game. New levels, new everything. Kind of neat, actually. We have Siberia 3. So this is I believe it's a puzzle game. Yeah, it's a puzzle game, single player, remote play capable. I don't know if this is like along the lines of like the point and click adventure games, like a lot of the PC puzzle games are, but looks pretty fun. Plus got the music by Einon Zur, which that name sounds familiar. Didn't he do Fallout 4? Fallout 76? I'm gonna get skewered for that one. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I kind of got a PS4, because a lot of the PS3 collections were re-released on the PS4. So this has all the single player campaigns of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, which is on PS4, so 3 games, 1 disc. How it should be done. Especially if you re-release titles. Destiny for PS4. I think this was one of those things where it was at a Goodwill. It's one of the few times I found one at a Goodwill, and it wasn't much. In fact, I don't even know, are the servers even online for PS4 Destiny anymore? Because it says 1 player, but I think you have to have online connectivity to play. Oh, it's not for resale version, so this might have came with the PS4. Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection for the PS3. This is an amazing title. I actually got this because Scott DeWaz did a video on a game like this, on a compilation disc like this, and it's just, it's an early PS3 title. Yes, it's the greatest hits, but it's an early one because it's got the old PlayStation logo on the disc. God, yeah, it has so many freaking Sega Genesis games on it. Relive the glory days of your Sega Genesis with 40 titles from Sonic to Streets of Rage. Yeah, there's a lot of games on here. I popped it in just to see what was on here, and I love this collection. L.A. Noire. This is a game I have heard about, I've seen the memes about, and really oddly, I believe it's partially unopened because that sticker's intact. Neat. This game is one of the games that you see all the memes about, like X to Doubt, and it has really realistic facial physics, apparently. But you have to like use those to solve crimes. Really, really expensive game back in the day because they did a lot of R&D for it. Just Cause 2. Mayhem, fun, and you can do whatever you want and get away with it kind of thing. Your job is simple. Find and capture a kill agent. Do anything you want. I love the first Just Cause game. It was so much fun. I can't wait to play this one. I have no idea what game this is, but it looks like it's a good one. Yeah, if I didn't know that was a Batman game, I would be trying to find where the heck the Batman thing is. Game of the Year edition of Arkham City, which, yeah, I've seen so many people play this and stuff online, and I hear so much about it. I had to pick it up when I saw it. We have Burnout Paradise. Yeah, I don't remember. I think this is the game that tried to go up across Gran Turismo in terms of like realism, but it was also like a completely open world like racing game. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. The game series with one of the most confusing titles ever, Kingdom Hearts. Specifically, this is the HD 1. Oh no, it's not even 1.5. It's HDI 0.5 remix. Yeah, I don't know exactly what this is, because it's got Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which is released for the first time in North America, Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, the card-based battle play game, Kingdom Hearts 358 of 2 Days with HD remastered cinematics. So I don't even think this is the first few games. I think this is like extra games that were side things to the main games, which is confusing. Valkyria Chronicles. I have not heard of this game, but apparently my brother-in-law, I told him that, and he looked at me like, are you serious? This is an amazing game. So yeah, I definitely need to try it, because if he tells me it's a really great RPG-ish game, then it's gotta be a good one. Killzone 2. Never played it, never played the first Killzone. Didn't even know Killzone was a thing. Dark Kingdom. Yeah, a lot of stickers on this one. That's kind of why my brother-in-law gave it to me, because he hates stickers on things. The next gen action RPG. I love how the PS3 era was like almost like kind of a death of traditional RPGs in a lot of ways, because you know, you had like everybody was releasing RPGs on the 360 and the PS3, but it's like how many of them are like super memorable? Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yeah, I know I already have these for Xbox 360, but it's the Assassin's Creed games, and plus, you know, they're Assassin's Creed games. These are actually apparently really good games, and I can't wait to try and play them. Funnily enough, this has a picture of Ezio de Friends on it, which my brother-in-law has been hounding me off and on that I need to get that outfit and cosplay as him at some point when him and his friends go to a con, which I said I would love to, but I need to find the cosplay outfit first. And learn an Italian accent, because last thing I want to do is go to a con dressed up as Ezio and sound like a yee redneck. I'll kill you. Wii Sports, the Nintendo Selects version. I saw this. I had to, because this is the only time that Wii Sports was in a physical case. Before, it was just in that paper flimsy envelope thing, which I actually have in an empty case on my shelf for the Wii. Yeah, this is actually, there's nothing special about it. It's just the Nintendo Selects re-release of some of their games. WE All-Stars. The greatest matches never happened until now. 2 generations, 1 ring. Yeah, so basically you could have like, well, for example, Hulk Hogan going up against The Rock, or, oh my god, I'm sorry, John Cena. Oh, I'm gonna get skewered for that, I'm sure, in the comments. But yeah, like you could just have, well, like Undertaker, Andre, the Giant, Triple H, Macho Man. Yeah, you can have them all go up against each other, and it's actually really freaking cool. Atlantis Square Pantis. WE12. Yeah, actually, I've been kind of avoiding trying to find Wii stuff, unless it's a Wii game that I absolutely want to get my hands on. Like, there's a couple of them I want to, but I just can't think of the names of them right now. So this was actually kind of a funny story. If you remember, I did a short where I found a game with a PS2 cartridge, memory card in it, and on it was Namco Museum. But I didn't own Namco Museum for the PS2. Now I do. The 50th anniversary Greatest Hits Edition. 14 classic arcade hits. I will tell you right now, I am not a fan of these arcade collections on the PS2 or the PS1. Conversion from the original controls to the PS2 joystick doesn't always work very well. They're either way too sensitive or they're just not, you know, responsive enough. You know, I can't wait to see how this one is, because I know I have some on the PS1, and the PS1 controller was not good for a lot of these arcade games. Pirates, The Legend of Black Buccaneer. Yeah, never heard of this one. In fact, for a second I thought it was part of the Sid Meier's Pirates, but I think it has about as much to do with that series as the Wii game The Search for Blackbeard's Booty does. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Had to pick it up because it's Jurassic Park, it's dinosaurs. My kid loves dinosaurs, but I'm not going to play it in front of him because, yeah, rated T for teen. Blood, gore, and violence. Really? A Jurassic Park game with blood and violence? You don't say. Beowulf, the game. Because I'm sure the facial motion capture is going to be just as good as the movie was. Unlock an army of 12 Thanes. What is this, Skyrim? Bomberman, Act Zero. If you know, you know. So, yeah, this is that Bomberman. If you thought that Duke Nukem Forever was a not very well-liked game in the franchise, this was really not well-liked. And what's weird is that this wasn't done by like some side company. This was actually done by the company that made the original Bomberman. Apparently they wanted it to be a darker, edgier, grittier reboot. Like a retelling of the Bomberman story, but like from their perspective. We see it as cute and cuddly and cutesy, but in the game they see it as dark and, you know, explosive. And that's, yeah, up to 8 players online. Yeah, because I'm so certain these servers are online still. Assassin's Creed 3. Actually, no, I think I have most of the Assassin's Creed now, except for some of the very, very newer ones, like the Xbox One series and on. Vikings Battle for Asgard. Yeah, if that's not the most generic game ever. You are Scarran, a rage-fueled Viking warrior bent on revenge. Haven't we heard this one before? BioShock Infinite. I had to. Like, I had to. It's BioShock. Like, it's Infinite, which is one of the highest or higher regarded BioShocks. Like, yeah, 1 and 2 are amazing games by themselves, but Infinite was like a bit of a change of pace in a lot of ways because it was a little more bright and colorful, but I can't wait to play this. So this one's kind of a weird one. Residents of Fate. And it's not a US game. It's a Peggy game. So, yeah, if I remember correctly, my brother-in-law went to buy this because he's, again, collecting Xbox 360 stuff too. And apparently he bought the wrong one. He meant to buy the US one, but he bought the European one. But weirdly, apparently, the 360 isn't region locked. Should be able to play this on there, apparently. So we'll have to just see. Grand Theft Auto 4. I think now the only thing I'm missing is Liberty City Stories and the Ballad of Gay Tony. So I have most of the Grand Theft Autos now. Honestly, I kind of prefer San Andreas over 4. I don't know why. Grand Theft Auto 4 was almost a little dark, in my opinion, but, you know, can't wait to play it again just because it's been a while since I played it, to be honest. 007 Everything or Nothing. Yeah, I love collecting 007 games because they're so over the top, even compared to what the movies were. And let's face it, some of the James Bond movies were really over the top with some of their stuff. Like, come on, a giant space laser that harnesses the power of the sun to blow up mines. Spy Hunter 2. Did not know this existed. Like, I'll be honest with you, because the Spy Hunter that was on GameCube that I have and Xbox and PS2 was just called Spy Hunter, which I thought that was the first Spy Hunter. But then there was a Spy Hunter on old 8-bit consoles, like in computers and such. So I thought that was Spy Hunter 2. But turns out, no, this would be technically Spy Hunter 3. Thanks for the confusion. Namco Museum, which I thought I already had. I do. I have the Greatest Hits version. Now I have the Black Label version. Taito Legends. I'll admit, I saw this. My first thought was, oh, one of the games AVGN reviewed and talked about. So can't wait to rage at it. Yay. No, I'm serious. So Taito Legends is an amazing compilation because it has a whole bunch of their titles. Space Invaders, obviously. Then we have Space Invaders Part 2. Super Kicks. 2-bit, Operation Thunderbolt, Colony 7, Operation Wolf. Return of the Invaders. Yeah, a lot of their arcade classics are on here. Nightcaster 2 Equinox. I don't have Nightcaster 1, so this is going to bug me now. And yes, I know I'm going through these quick, but that's because I'm going to be doing more library videos, and I'll go through more of these in more detail then. Fable. So here's the thing. I already have Fable on the OG Xbox. But the only reason why I got this was because this is a art variant. It has a bonus DVD sticker on it, which it does have the limited edition bonus DVD. Apparently there's like 5 or 4 different art variant covers for Fable, which, as much as I hate to say I don't want to collect art variants, I kind of want to now. NCAA 07 football. Okay, yeah, I got a sports game. I think this was a Goodwill thing, and I think I mainly got it for the case. I'll commit blasphemy and say that. I got it for the case, because the case is in good shape. And it doesn't have that annoying NFL sticker on it. Another oddball one, Arx Fatalis, which is a Peggy game. Another Peggy game. This was another thing. My brother-in-law meant to get the US version, and he got the Peggy version by mistake. He's being a little more selective on double-checking the listing pictures. But what's weird is that this is technically not region locked either. I actually did play this a little bit in my Xbox, OG Xbox. What's weird is that the first time I popped it in, it played the opening cinematic locked up. And then the next time I played it a couple days later, it got through to the tutorial section, then it locked up. So I think there's just something weird with the disc. I don't think it's locking up because of a region lock, but you never know. And thanks to my brother-in-law, my GameCube collection has drastically increased. 007, Agent Under Fire, which I think I had this for OG Xbox. The classic Animal Crossing. The only thing, my brother-in-law bought the Black Label version copy. I need to make sure that the battery's good in my GameCube so I can play this. Because I did play it once, a friend of mine had it, borrowed it. It was a lot of fun, but then I had to give it back. So I really can't wait to play this game. Plus you can hook up your Game Boy Advance and your Game Boy Advance e-reader, because of course I would have one of those. The classic Luigi's Mansion. Okay, blasphemy here. I know I said I had a GameCube back in the day. I've never played this. I've seen people play it. I've heard people talk about how great it is. I cannot wait to try it. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Like I said, I was a sucker for racing games back in the day, so the very fact that I could get a Need for Speed game for the GameCube is now awesome. Pac-Man Versus and Pac-Man World 2. So kind of a weird thing with this, I already have both of these games separately, kind of separate entities at first, because Pac-Man Versus was supposed to be the proof of concept game for the link cable for the Game Boy Advance, from what I could tell online. So they finally put it in a bundle game, Resident Evil 3. Yeah, I know I said that my brother-in-law was getting rid of his non-black labels, and this is a black label, but it's missing the owner's manual, and it's got a sticker attached to the side. Super annoying. Robotech Battle Cry. I will admit, I only know Battletech from the old PC games, so seeing it on the GameCube is amazing. Sonic Mega Collection. I actually have the Mega Collection Plus for PS2, but now I have the original version for GameCube. And the reason for that is because there was a change in Plus to the non-Plus. Apparently there was some stuff they added that was in this that wasn't in the Plus one, and then there was stuff in the Plus that wasn't on this, so it's a neat way to kind of get all the stuff for it. The Sims. I mean, it's classic. The original Sims, you know, came out mid-late 90s, and of course they ported it to GameCube. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the game. I hate it when things like this happen. It's like the movie, the game, the arcade. And I don't mean like separately. I mean like, was it Street Fighter, the movie, the game, the arcade? Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, and Spyro Hero's Tale. These are kind of a weird one for me because I knew these existed, but these existed before the Spyro the Dragon reboot on the GameCube and PS2, which I was not a fan of. So this is technically the last of the what I consider the good Spyros, because after that, I just wasn't a fan of the reboot of Spyro. Super Monkey Ball 2. I need to tell my sister I have this now, because we played the absolute crap out of Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz on the Wii. She freaking loved playing that game, both single and multiplayer. So yeah. Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. Splinter Cell. Actually, you know, I keep forgetting that these were on GameCube because I'm so used to seeing them on PS2 and Xbox. So it's kind of neat to see these on GameCube. True Crime Streets of LA. I have this again. So this is a game I probably shouldn't have played when I was younger, because it's rated M for mature for a reason. Yeah, basically it's not really a GTA knockoff, because you're playing a ex-cop who joins a secret or special task force, I guess. It's been a while since I played it. Never beaten it because the original copy I had was all scuffed up and wouldn't play past a certain level, so hopefully this one's good. If not, I'll have to take it somewhere and get it cleaned up, because I can't wait to play it again. Okay, so the next two are extremely weird. I'm going to show you the second one first. Beautiful Joe 2. The sequel to a game that I had been wanting to play for a long time. I remember seeing a demo or trailer for it on, I think it was a Zelda Collector's Edition. They had the teaser demo or the cinematic demo or whatever it was for it. And I wanted to play Beautiful Joe for so long, and, you know, found Beautiful Joe 2, had to pick it up. Okay, like I said, this is kind of weird because I'm showing the first game second. Beautiful Joe for the GameCube. Yeah, like I said, I saw the trailer for this and I've been wanting to play for a while, but this copy's kind of weird. Because as you can see, it appears to be factory sealed, I think. Like, I'm not really sure, but then it's also got this plastic hanger tag on it. It's got a reduced sticker on it. But that's not the only weird thing. And the weird thing's actually underneath my fingers here. He had actually bought another copy that was open, and that was Black Label, because he doesn't want the, you know, player's choice one. And This one he was kind of peeling. It had like a stack of like Goodwill and GameStop and garage sale stickers on it, and he was peeling them off one by one here. And we're talking, not paying attention to it. And he peels the last one off, hands it to me, thinking, you know, okay, I got them all off for you. I'm like, okay, cool. There's one left. It has my last name written in Sharpie on it. He looked at me and said, well, I thought you said you never sold a GameCube game. I never have. He goes, so you never, and I've never owned this game before, especially not sealed. He's like, then whose game was this? We were trying to figure it out because his friend doesn't even know where he bought it from. So it's a weird oddity, and obviously I'm covering up that way it doesn't show my last name. But I do want to find a GameCube expert and see if it's actually factory sealed. If it is, it's staying sealed, because then that way I have a sealed GameCube game in my collection to kind of display. But if it's not factory sealed, it's being ripped open, and I'm going to be playing this thing. Okay, so the next 4 also break my rule here. We have Sonic 2, Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, and Bust a Move 3000. Now you may be wondering, well, why do these break my rule? That's because all of these cases are empty. He actually only bought them for the games because he already had the black label cases. Or he bought them for the black label cases because he already had the games, so he took the games out of them, because these are very, very pricey, expensive games. In fact, I think Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, I think loose disc is like 60 bucks on eBay. Bust a Move is more than that, and the Sonic games are about the same. They're pricey games, so these are probably going to be put up in storage somewhere until I can find the games, get the games for them. Okay, and for some non-video game related stuff that I've found, laser discs. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. One of my favorite movies growing up. Yes, shouldn't have been watching this because it is rated, you know, I think, was it rated R? Yeah, rated R. But I wanted to get the Laserdisc for some of my favorite movies because apparently they're like the best version of the original releases. Because even the DVD versions lately don't have all the deleted scenes, and this apparently has all the deleted scenes. Strangers on a Train. So yeah, if you're not familiar with this movie, you may be asking, well, wait, why would you want Strangers on a Train? It's actually a really good Alfred Hitchcock film. And ironically, a movie I used to watch growing up too was Throw Mama from the Train. That not only is that movie based on this movie is actually playing in that movie, the movie theater, where Danny DeVito's character gets the idea to kill Billy Crystal's character's wife. We have Anaconda. Yeah, widescreen version. I really can't say too much about this film. This is actually I think one of the better, not B-level horror movies, but one of the better movies from back in the day that involve giant snakes that aren't super campy and cheesy, because let's face it, the Sci-Fi Channel has really ruined like the giant snake trope for years now. Mission Impossible. Yes, the first one, where you know, seeing Tom Cruise do his stunts wasn't too much out of the question, although nowadays watching him do stunts is like, God, you're gonna get hurt, bud. So we have the classic, The Abyss. Yeah, what can I say about this? This is a very, very good movie. In fact, I've never actually seen it on anything other than VHS. I don't even think I've seen it on DVD. So I really can't wait to watch this. Okay, so that's all the retro finds that I've come across this past, I want to say it's been the past year. In fact, all these games have been stacked up over here on the shelf when I did the game room tour. Because when I was reorganizing the game room and stuff like that in the computer room, I found a couple boxes where the stuff was in. It's like, oh, cool, I bought some games. Oh, geez, I'm getting more. I needed to get through all these so that I could make sure I had room on my game shelf, which looks like I might need to rebuild anyway. But yeah, I'm not going into too great detail with any of these games right now. That will be when I do the individual library videos, which I'm going to start recording some more of those here in the next few weeks. Start with a small one because the Xbox 360 one was actually an editing challenge, because I had like, I think 2 or 3 cameras trying to jump back and forth between shots and stuff, and that took me a while to edit. But yeah, anyway, this was a lot of fun. I can't wait to play some of these games and get them on, after I get them on my shelf. So that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or thoughts about anything in the game, stuff that I found, or the laser discs that I found, put it down below in the comments. If you have any knowledge about whether or not this could be a sealed GameCube game, I would actually love to know. And if you have played any of these games, good or bad, I want to hear about it. So drop it down in the comments. And that being said, again, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.